welcome to Alpha Militaria TV. Thanks for tuning in once again. My name is Richard Saunders. Now we're back in the Alpha Militaria TV recording garage studio today because it's blowing a gale outside and you wouldn't be able to hear me if I went outside. Now we have been reviewing quite a few top spec, high cost PCP rifles over the last few months, and we thought that we would try and redress the balance a little bit by talking about some rifles that are at the other end of the fiscal scale. And you know, it's very easy to think that to get a decent rifle you have to spend 1,500 quid or more. In reality, there are some great rifles that cost an awful lot less than that. There's some complete rubbish as well, but there's some really good rifles, and I've got a couple of them with me today. Now this is the Hatsan Factor, retails at around about £500 and is distributed in the UK by Edgar Brothers. And then this rifle here is the ATA Airborne, which costs £400 and is marketed and distributed in the UK by the Sportsman Gun Centre. Now we're going to talk about both of these rifles, and we'll also put them on the range and take a few shots. But I'm going to kind of go through them one by one and split them over a couple of different videos. So let's talk about this one first then, the Hatsan Factor. Now there are two versions of this. There is the Hatsan Factor and there is the Hatsan Factor RC. Now the main difference is that both of them have FAC versions, but the RC has a regulator and this one does not. Now the FAC versions of both rifles have a power adjustment, which is achieved by adjusting the transfer port, and also a setting to adjust the hammer preload as well. And the RC version, the regulated version, enables you to adjust the regulator. Now this is the 12 foot-pound sort of UK spec one, and it doesn't have any of those adjustment features on it. It's just a regular, non-regulated 12 foot-pound rifle, no power adjustment, anything like that. The RC version also comes with a 580cc carbon bottle. This version has a 500cc aluminium bottle, but I do believe you can upgrade to the carbon bottle if you want to. The overall length, depending on, and I'll show you that the stock is adjustable, the overall length is between 1,010 and 1,090 millimeters long, and it weighs around about 3.6 kilos, which is about 7.6 pounds, something like that. And the standard version, the non-regulated version, is available in this Cerakote finish, or as Hatsan calls it, the flat dark earth edition, or black. Now, with the rifle comes in a quite a good quality black plastic case. You get two magazines with it as well, high capacity magazines, and we'll show you those in a second. You also get a single shot tray and some spare O-rings and some bits and bobs like that. Now then, let's talk about the key features on the rifle. So starting at the back, as I said, you have this extendable stock, which operates by just pushing a button at the back here, and it moves quite smoothly. I have to say though, it's a little bit loose, which is a little bit disconcerting. In the shoulder you don't really notice it that much, to be honest, but you know, it's something to be aware of. Let's put this up here. The pistol grip is quite a nice pistol grip. It's sort of rubberized, and it has some contours for your fingers, sets you up nicely to address the trigger as well. And the trigger is Hatsan's Quattro trigger, so it's a match style trigger, two-stage, adjustable for both weight of pull and travel, and you can also adjust the angle and height of the trigger shoe as well, so it's actually a pretty good trigger. On the right hand side here you have the side lever. It's slightly sprung, or it's sprung on the first stage, so you pull it out and it flicks out, then you pull it back a second stage to cock it, and the rifle is fully ambidextrous, and this cocking lever can be moved onto the left side of the rifle as well for left-handers. And just below it by the trigger here is a safety button where you push it forward to shoot and pull it back to make the rifle safe. Now the magazine, as I say, is quite a high capacity magazine, and as a result it sits proud of the action. So the scope rail, which is a Picatinny rail, is split either side of the magazine up here. But it gives you plenty of room for you to mount a scope, and the stock has an adjustable, a cheek piece that's adjustable for height, so you can get very good eye relief and cheek weld as well to address the scope. Now you may have seen also that there is what comes with the rifle is a handle up here, which attaches via a short Picatinny accessory rail, and even has a little Picatinny rail on the side of it as well. And it does give you an option for holding the rifle like so, but it does also double up as a bipod. Now in reality, if you're going to be shooting prone, you're probably going to fit an aftermarket bipod, but it deploys by pushing a button at the back here, which pops out those legs, and it's a little bit loud, if I'm honest. You'd want to do that before you start shooting, or you'd want to kind of hold on to them and cushion that the way they spit out like that, because that's going to frighten a rabbit if you're not too careful. The bottle takes a 250 bar fill, and Hatsan says that will give you around about 300 shots in 177, a little bit more in 2.2 and 2.5. Now, I'm going to test that on the range when we go out later to see how accurate that is, but you're going to get plenty of shots out of this per fill. And the filling port is underneath here, just behind the accessory rail. And as you'll see in a little while, there's a pressure gauge up here. Now the barrel is Hatsan's Quiet Energy barrel. It's 23 inches long, 585 millimeters, and fully shrouded with an integrated silencer as well. And Hatsan says that shroud makes the rifle 50% quieter than if it was unshrouded, presumably. But the barrel also has a half-inch UNF thread if you want to fit an additional silencer. So I think that's all of the key features on the rifle. We'll zoom in and show you a few of those in closer detail. Now filling the Hatsan Factor is pretty straightforward. I've turned the gun upside down and you can see the fill port underneath here. I don't believe that there's a cap that comes with the rifle as standard. It may have just been missing on the review gun that I was sent, but either way, that you fit your airline directly onto this quick fill up here, like so. And you do have an adapter in the pack as well, but I've just got one attached onto the airline. And I said you give that a 250 bar fill. And I'm not sure how much air I've actually got in my tank here, but we'll give it what we've got. And there we go, 240 bar, that should be enough. more. And then once you've filled that, bleed off from the line and release your airline, and you're good to go. And then your filler gauge is nice and clear, shown just here. The Hatsan Factor magazine is a nice large capacity magazine. It takes 24 shots in 177, 21 in 22 and 19 in .25 caliber. And it's a little bit quirky to fill up, and I'll show you why. Now, first thing you have to do is there's a clear plastic plate on the front, and you need to unclip that and turn that away anti-clockwise. And then you're going to have to rotate this inner red drum here to put the pellets in. Now, to do that, you can either sort of do that by hand, which is a little bit fiddly, or the blurb that came with the rifle, or the manual, talks about a tool that you can put onto this nut on the back and use that to rotate the drum clockwise. Now, that tool wasn't in the pack that I got, so I'm going to improvise with the spanner, and bear with me because it's a little bit kind of cat-handed, but you sort of turn that all the way around as far as it will go, and that has rotated that drum round. And what you'll need to do is, let me just zoom in here a little bit. What you want to then do is put a pellet in the last but one hole, like so, and that will then hold that drum in place. And from there, it's just a case of filling up all of the chambers with pellets. Now, there's one other feature that I forgot to mention on the rifle, and that is a patented anti-knock feature that Hatsan talks about, which, and I don't quite get this, it says that basically this anti-knock feature will stop the rifle being discharged if you accidentally bang the rifle or knock the rifle, which I guess is an extremely good thing, but I've never heard of it before being called out as a specific feature. So keep filling in these chambers. Now, there is another quite cool feature actually with these magazines, and I'll show you once I've eventually filled this one up. Let's call that full now. Once you have filled up all the chambers, you rotate this faceplate back again, and then you can attach the two magazines that come together via these two lugs up here. You can see these lugs just up here and on here, so that you can attach them back to back and effectively double up the magazines, which will give you 48 shots in 177, 42 in 22 and 38 in 25. That's quite a neat feature. Now, inserting the magazine is nice and easy on the Hatsan Factor. You'll see there's like a little flap on the side of the breech here. Just pull that down and then pull the side lever back all the way to cock the magazine, and then with the red drum facing towards the back of the rifle, the magazine simply locates quite easily. Close the side lever, safety catch on, and you're good to go. So that then is the Hatsan Factor, as I say, distributed in the UK by Edgar Brothers. Now, next stop is to go down the range, put a few pellets through it and see how it shoots. So I'm down the range now. We've done all the chat inside the recording garage. So we're going to see how the Hatsan Factor shoots. Now, I set a target out at 30 meters. I've got 10 shots in the magazine, so let's see how we get on. Well, that's all 10 shots. Let's go down and have a look at the group.
Right, let's have a look. So this is the 2.2 rifle shot over 30 meters, and it's 10 shots. I think the main group is around here, a couple high, so that's probably what, I don't know, maybe just under an inch. Most of those within probably half or 3/4 of an inch. I did have a flyer down here. In actual fact, I did notice when I was practicing that I did have 1 or 2 flyers in the magazine. Now this rifle is brand new out of the box, and the barrel would definitely benefit from being leaded up and the action just being used for a little while. But that's not too bad. Certainly usable on small vermin, I would say.
Well, that's the Hatsan Factor. I think I said earlier on in the video that it retailed for around about £500. In actual fact, I've seen it on sale for less than that, about 465, which obviously makes it even more value for money. Packed full of features, well made, really solid, good shot count. I did have 1 or 2 flyers on the test, but as I said before, it is a brand new gun. It needs to bed in, the barrel needs to be leaded in, probably cleaned a few times as well, so I have no doubt that the accuracy would improve. But yeah, a really good value for money PCP this. Now then, if you found the video useful, perhaps give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and if you'd like more information about a whole range of airgunning topics, check out our website, which is www.alphamilitaria.com. Thanks for watching.